Hey Astro Babes, I'm Ashley of More Than Your Sun Astrology, and welcome to As Above, So Below for the week of July 1st through July 7th. In this video, I'll bring light to what the planets are doing up above and how those themes may show up for you in your life. As above, so below. At the end, I'll pull just one card for additional guidance and clarity. Before we start, please take a moment to subscribe so that you can be notified when I post and be prepared of what to expect for the week ahead. This is going to be an interesting week. There's a lot of supportive energy early in the week, and then we close the week out with a new moon in Cancer. I'm really excited about this one. There might be one or two things that could be a cause for concern, but as a whole, I think there's some really good energy this week. Jumping right in, early on, Tuesday the 2nd, Mercury is going to have a pretty easygoing conversation with Neptune. Mercury in your chart is all about your thoughts and your communication, and how you relay those thoughts, the things you think about and how you say them or don't say them out loud. Neptune in your chart can speak to this like higher consciousness of things that are not really tangible. So dream, imagination, fantasies, even faith all fall in the realm of Neptune. When Mercury trines Neptune up above and they're having this happy-go-lucky conversation together, your mind may drift away from you. You might find yourself daydreaming or talking to your partner about your future together, even fantasizing about your own life and the desires that you have. This is not a time where you want to talk about practical matters. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy. This is not the time to be like, how are we going to attain these things? Save that for another time. A little bit of healthy fantasizing every once in a while never hurt anybody. This also may be a time where you don't have as much focus as you normally do, so don't beat yourself up if you're having a hard time staying on task, or if maybe someone you're interacting with is not giving you their undivided attention. Also on this day up above, Venus will be having a pretty happy-go-lucky conversation with Saturn. This is really great. Now, Saturn is not as happy-go-lucky as Neptune, so he will be bringing focus and discipline to his conversation. And he's talking to Venus, so the conversation's probably going to be in regards to finances or relationships. In our chart, Venus can speak to both finances and relationships. Saturn in our chart is about where we need to learn discipline. If you're in a relationship and you're not fully committed, this would be a great time to commit or make long-term plans or investments. If you or your partner don't want to or feel they can't commit, this would be a good time to talk about why and try to work it out, or come to the realization that it's not going to work and peacefully take that lesson for what it was. Saturn brings rewards for applying discipline. So maybe you've put some hard work into a job or a relationship or anything really. This would be a time where you're now seeing the payoff, the reward. Moving on to the next day, Wednesday the 3rd, up above, Mercury will oppose Pluto. This could be supportive to conversations, but there's always a but. Mercury opposing Pluto can definitely bring some intensity to the conversation. Mercury in our chart is about how well we listen to what other people have to say and the ways we choose to communicate what we have to say. Pluto brings the intensity. It can make things seem overly dramatic and turn the tables of the conversation to where you feel like someone has an ulterior motive. They probably do. There's some underlying manipulation at play, and if you feel like someone is being disingenuous, this can create conflict. So be mindful of that to the best of your ability. Maybe if you feel like someone is trying to persuade you in a particular direction, remove yourself from the conversation or table the conversation or the idea to revisit it at a later time. I don't know. Trust your instincts. Of course, all energy can express itself in different ways, and on a high vibe, Pluto can bring intense focus. Now, don't focus to the point where you become obsessive, unable to let go of the idea or thought you fixate on, but focusing on completing a project or finishing a task would be good use of this energy. We are in Cancer season. Cancer rules the home, so maybe you need to focus on straightening up your house. It could be just simple, something like that. Friday the 5th, my favorite day of the week. One, it's my birthday. A great birthday gift would be for you to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And it's not only my birthday, We also have a new moon happening in the sign of Cancer. This is wonderful. A new, fresh start energy. New moons are about new beginnings. And Cancer lunations, I feel, are extra special because the moon rules Cancer. The moon is at home in the sign, so there's just a lot of easy flowing energy. Cancer is also what we call a cardinal sign. Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, and Libra are the cardinal signs, and these are the initiators of the zodiac. They get things started. So for example, all of the 4 seasons begin when the sun enters a cardinal sign. Aries season is the start of spring. Cancer season is the start of summer. Libra is fall, and Capricorn begins winter. New moons are a time for beginnings and fresh starts. This particular new moon is not only a new moon, it's in a cardinal sign, Cancer, bringing you extra support to take some action and initiate something in your life. Now, normally when we talk about taking action, we think about physically, but we're in Cancer season, and Cancer's a water sign where things take place subconsciously and intuitively, more under the surface. So maybe there's some fresh starts that need to happen internally first before you try to go out and make something in the material world. The ability to manifest begins with our thoughts. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about yourself, your family, your home, your mental foundations? What are your thoughts about your past? Is it really in the past? Your present circumstances, your future. These are all Cancer topics that emerge from the subconscious up to your conscious awareness during Cancer season. At the time on and around the new moon, there's a wonderful opportunity to get clear on who you are, and then who you want to be, and then what actionable steps you can take to achieve it. All right, let's pull a card. I'm using the Modern Witch Tarot, a wonderful beginner-friendly deck that gives a great visual of the original card meaning. And as always, I like to read the message from the Ultimate Tarot Guidebook, as I like to call it, the Big Bitty Book, because I feel it gives a more clear description of the intended message. Both the Modern Witch Tarot and the Big Bitty Book can be purchased in my links through the description down below. All right, let's see what we've got here. What do we need to know this week around this new moon? Okay, I pulled the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. This is a really positive card. The 10 of Pentacles is a positive sign that you've reached a point of completion and accomplishment in your journey. This is one of those cards that promise everything will eventually come together and that you'll be proud of everything you've achieved. This card reflects permanence and creating a lasting foundation for success. It's a card of commitment to a sustainable future, taking into consideration not just the short-term gains of a particular venture, but also the long-term benefits. A consistent approach will achieve success that will last the test of time. The 10 of Pentacles is also a sign that family is very important to you. Being surrounded by the people you love brings you great joy and happiness. What a wonderful card to pull during Cancer season, and in particularly during a Cancer moon. The 10 of Pentacles is all about success for achievements and sharing that with your family and your loved ones. And your family also doesn't just have to be the family that you were given. It can be the family that you create. So think about that. But I think this is a wonderful time for you to get clear on your legacy. What do you want your loved ones to remember you by? When you think about how they think of you, how they remember you, what do you want that to be? What type of person do you want others to kind of see you as? Does your vision of who you are line up with the reality of who you display? I think this is a lot about what I was saying when I was speaking to the new moon in Cancer, about being able to internally sort things out before you take action in the real material world, because manifesting begins with your thoughts. And this takes us back to that question: what are your thoughts? Is your subconscious and internal thought pattern in line with what you want to make happen in the material world? Well, I hope this breakdown of what to expect this week was helpful and insightful. Please don't leave without subscribing to my channel so that you continue to be a step ahead and know what to expect. If you need personal guidance and want me to look at your individual chart, you can go to my website, mtysastrology.com, and book a reading. While you're there, pick up a copy of my free ebook, Everyday Guide to Understanding Children by Their Moon Sign, because we know, as above, so below. See you next week.